I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Kent, what are you doing with all these ignition switch and lock assemblies? Well, you know, next to engine problems on these older Mercedes-Benz, I would say that this illustrates probably one of the top issues that you'll have to deal with when you have a Mercedes-Benz that's 20 years or older, and you know it's working up into 200,000 miles plus. These things wear out. There's a bunch of issues with them. And you know, they're not much different. I mean, it's for almost 40 years pretty much the same type of mechanism until they went with the electronic key assembly and the W210 chassis. But this is out of about a 1965 108 chassis right here. Look at that. You know, it still has the tumbler right here. It has the steering lock, and of course on the back side is the classic electric switch that controls all the electrical equipment in your car. And you know, you can come right up into the 80s. You know, they changed the size and the shape, but basically not much different. You know, in the diesels they added this little vacuum switch to shut the engine off. But you know, you're going to have issues, and I can almost guarantee it. You need to be aware of the problems with these. I have a number of resources on my website. I mean, probably more than any other website out there that deals with old Mercedes-Benz. I have manuals, kits, special tools to help you get these apart and things back together. I have almost over an hour-long video manual on how to get one of these out when it's stuck and what you have to drill out to remove it from, you know, some of the 1990 to 95 models. Those are the tough ones, because in those models they added that lockout cable for the transmission that makes the issues a lot more complicated. So, you know, all I can say is if you're having problems, particularly if your key is just, if I can't share anything else with you in this video, please pay attention to this particular tip. If your key's starting to stick and you have to wiggle the key and it's getting hard to turn to get the car started, fix it. You cannot believe how many emails I've gotten over the years where people said, "Hey Ken, I didn't follow your advice. I just kept driving the car," and suddenly you can't turn the key and you can't get the car started. And when you can't turn the key, you can't, you know, on the 90 to 95 models, you can't even move the car. But you have to be able to turn the key on to get this out of the car, and you have to be able to turn the key on to replace the tumbler assembly. So don't wait. Please don't wait until it fails. If you're having problems, just visit my website, put in an ignition lock. I have lots of technical advice, free technical advice on the website. They'll talk about the problems and some of the symptoms you might have to deal with. So if you own a 1995 or older Mercedes-Benz and you want to keep it, and you tend to keep it as a daily driver, I highly recommend that you gear up on these ignition lock tumbler assemblies and some of the issues. So you can see a number of manuals and video manuals that I have on my website. But I'm currently working on one more issue, and that's a video manual on how to replace this little buzzer switch here. You know, a lot of these I see like this. You know, they get all broken up like this because people do not know how to remove them. And you know, they're not, I'm not even sure whether you can buy these new anymore, but this is the little switch that controls the buzzer. And if you break it, they're not repairable. So what I've got is I've got a little it's kind of a close-up because it's almost like watchmaking to remove these. But I've got this little short video on my website on demand that'll take you through the step-by-step process and the little tricks that you'll have to use if you need to remove this buzzer switch. And I know what you're thinking. So why would I have to remove that? If you go buy, even from us, if you buy a new steering lock assembly or a used one that might have a broken switch, you're going to have to remove it and install it on the new unit. That's why you need to know how to remove these nice little buzzer switches here. So if you need that information, I'll just I'll put a link to my website and all the lock information below, and then just right after that I'll put another link just to the new video I've done that shows you how to get this little buzzer switch safely on and off an ignition lock assembly.